Hello there guys and welcome, it's Marina here, and today it is time for a new series on Grid Autosport called The Ultimate Driver. I'm really excited for this. This is basically where I'll be starting in the first season in a Formula C car with Kicker. If I can win that championship, I'll move into Formula B and then into Formula 1. Basically, I'll be progressing even through the open wheel categories on Grid Autosport up until I can reach the dream contract of Formula 1. I'd like to thank It's Yeetlex for the thumbnail, the awesome thumbnail. A link to his Twitter will be in the description below. So the rounds this season will be firstly Abu Dhabi, then Brands Hatch, then Hockenheim and Algarve. I just want to say this might not just be open wheel. I may do endurance, or I might even venture into an Indy 500. Anything you guys want me to do. I don't want this to just be open wheel or F1 series. So I'll literally do anything, you know, a normal racing driver would actually do, whether it be an open wheel or not. But anyway, we're here for the first race of the season in Abu Dhabi, race 1. But nevertheless, we started third on the grid for this first race. We've got a pretty diabolical start and actually got pushed well out wide there and down into 6th place. Leo Turner, who is our teammate, started from pole. We are now behind Aaron O'Sullivan, sorry, from Forge Motorsport. And in front of him, a Razor car and the 2 Intel cars behind us, Mayato Matsumoto. Just to clarify, I'll be going over the different drivers as well when the standings come up and the of this race at the end of this race. We made a nice move around the outside of Aaron O'Sullivan. We've got a much better run out of that hairpin there on lap 1 and managed to get past the Intel Motorsport car of the American Cody Harris. Next up, we now had to dispatch Lars de Jong, the Dutch driver, in the Razor car. We had a massive moment coming out of turn 2, going onto our rear 2 wheels there briefly, hitting the cones there on the exit of turn 2. So a bit of a scrappy lap. We managed to then recapture Lars de Jong at this point on the next lap, on lap 3 of the 6-lap race. Both the races will be 6 laps, and both the second races, the second races for all rounds in the season will be reverse grid from the previous race, or race 1, if you like. We managed to make a good move on Lars de Jong to claim 3rd place, and next up was now the Intel Motorsport man, teammate to Cody Harris. This was Owen Cook, yet another American. Managed to get in the slipstream of him down the back straight, but going into this quick chicane was always going to be quite a hard move. We let him have it at first, went a little bit deep into the corner, on a massive slide on, big snap of oversteer, and then blocked the exit pretty much. Blocked the apex on the exit. We still had a good run on him and a bit of an overlap to make a move up the inside down into this tight hairpin at the end of the back straight. We managed to make that move stick rather cleanly, and next up now was our teammate in the Kicker car, Leo Turner, the Englishman in front. We got ever so close to hitting him and then did touch him ever so slightly there on the final lap. A few mistakes cost us a bit of time. We did manage to catch Leo Turner in the end, and we made a move up the inside down into the hairpin just about. We made a little bit of contact, our wheels intermingling slightly there. We got a horrendous run of the corner that let Leo Turner get away, and he managed to hold on until the end of the race and claim the win in front of ourselves, getting 2nd from 3rd on the grid. Oh, sorry, wait, hang on. Yeah, 3rd on the grid. Not too bad at all. A 2nd place in our first race of this Ultimate Driver series. Of course, if I can win this championship, we'll move up into Formula B. Here are the results, though. Leo Turner winning for myself, Owen Cook and Lars de Jong near the top. I think Aaron O'Sullivan was then 5th. But in the reverse grid, we of course started 15th on the grid. Frederick Christensen took pole. We started here right at the back with our teammate Leo Turner, and there was about to be absolute carnage down into turn 1, because as per usual, the Formula C cars just decided to park themselves in the middle of the apex. We've got an Intel car facing the wrong way, a Liquimoli car facing the wrong way. That was Dmitry Arsov, the Russian guy. There, a puncture there as someone's tyre exploded as he left the scene. A lot of steering damage there. That didn't stop us though from getting at the inside of Mayato Matsumoto there, the Monster Energy guy. And later on in the lap, we managed to lunge up the inside of the Dutchman Lars de Jong, who of course had adventures with in the last race. But a great sweeping move around the outside there of Carlos Munoz, the Spaniard, and around Andrei Dugaru, the Romanian. Got us back up into 7th place. A bad run there for Aaron O'Sullivan, the Forge Motorsport man. Gave us a chance to then move up into 6th place on lap 4. Later on in the lap, though, a clumsy move from Aaron O'Sullivan, much like he did in the career mode walkthrough, put us almost into the wall. That almost spun us around. But on the penultimate lap of the race, we managed to recatch the group, and we managed to pass Pau Jimenez there. But he got a great run on the exit, managed to undercut us there and get a much better run in that Cusco Motorsport car. Later on in the lap, though, we managed to breeze around the outside in this great battle we're having here with Pau Jimenez, David Zielinski, and an Oakley car up in front as well. I do believe that was Claire Fox, possibly Aurora Russo actually. Managed to get a good run though down towards the flag, but we were unable to quite get past Zielinski, and there you can see the split time was only 1/10 of a second, I think, was in it in the end, between myself and the pole in that Monster Energy car. Here's how it affects the championship standings. My teammate leading, in fact we're joint actually at the top, myself and Leo Turner, with Frederick Christensen having won that race there, getting 3rd place. If you like this sort of highlights reel sort of shenanigans, let me know in the comment section. I can make the video longer, I just didn't want to make it too tedious. Off the line again from 11th here in the first race at Brands Hatch. Not a great start, but it would get a lot worse as Pau Jimenez just decided to push us through turn 1. We slammed into someone in front. We ended up with suspension damage and steering damage. Both Cusco cars there involved. we had to now fight our way through the order with a huge amount of steering damage. We made a few moves there, a big spin there. I think that was Zielinski who ended up spinning, and we managed to make our way up into 9th place there with a few moves. But as you can see, steering was very difficult through these left-hand corners. I actually lost the position there to Frederick Christensen in the Liqui car. We got a good run on him, but we weren't able to make a move. We did, though, later on in the lap, on lap 2 of this 5-lap race, as we do have here at GANZ, actually a slightly longer lap than the one at Marina. We were able to take 8th, but Frederick Christensen managed to breeze back around the outside of us down through Paddock Hill Bend. In this great battle we were having, actually, I think it was up to 5th place, managed to lunge back up the inside though of Christensen, and we now had a Razor car and a Monster car in front of us, and the Razor car there of Andrei Dagaru, the Romanian, just slowed really dramatically through Druids. We then lunged up the inside there of Hayato Matsumoto in the Monster Energy car, teammate of Zielinski, and later on the next lap, a big mistake there from Carlos Munoz through Paddock Hill Bend even allowed us to take 5th on the final lap. It would be quite a quiet rest of the lap, but we managed to hold on in front of Munoz, and we almost actually managed to catch Cody Harris in the Intel Motorsport car, but we managed to take 5th there in the race. Here is how it stood: Leo Turner winning, for Lars de Jong, Aaron O'Sullivan, Cody Harris, ourselves, Munoz, Matsumoto, Claire Fox and Axel Berg there with Christensen running out the top 10, but starting 12th on the reverse grid. Of course, we had Pau Jimenez starting at the front after causing that massive crash in the first race. He would start on pole with ourselves in 12th and Leo Turner right at the back. It wasn't a great start yet again though. Cody Harris managing to get the better of us, managed to get back just about around the outside of him through Paddock Hill Bend as a few guys slowed in front of us, and then that left us with Carlos Munoz in front and a Cusco car too, and Munoz there just forcing us a tiny little bit wide. We had to go around the outside of him, but it was all clean in the end, a lot better than the first lap of the first race. We managed to just about claim 10th place, lunging up the inside there of the Cusco car there of Axel Berg, the Norwegian. Later on in the lap though, we got a little bit bullied here by Hayato Matsumoto even. Pushed out wide onto the grass there twice, and almost lost us a position there to Cody Harris as well in the Intel car. You could see there a car on the side of the track. That was Dmitry Alsov there. I think he made some sort of mistake at the end of the lap that promoted us up into 10th place, and later on in the lap, right at the end of the first lap, we managed to get past Matsumoto there on the start-finish straight. We're making some really good progress actually from right at the back of the grid. Obviously all we had to do was really make sure we beat Leo Turner quite convincingly, made moves on Munoz and then Frederick Christensen, which moved us up into 7th place. And next up now was the Opie car of Claire Fox. But there, Frederick Christensen trying to make a move there, and one of the Razor cars getting well out of shape. That was, oh sorry, not Razor car, that was the Monster car of David Zielinski. Managed to make a move on him, tried to then get at the inside of Claire Fox with a little bit of contact, but disaster then at the end of the lap as Claire Fox got well out of shape. We touched her right rear tyre, what's going on? And that dropped us down to 13th, and crucially behind our teammate there, Leo Turner, in the kicker car. But down into Druids on the same line, we managed to lunge up the inside of him, and look at this huge gaggle here. Cody Harris as well in that, forcing our way past him, a little bit of contact there though as well. And we then managed to pass Lars de Jong, who we appeared to meet at every stage during every race in the season so far. Then we met a Monster car, a little bit of contact there in a straight line there between ourselves and Lars de Jong as we tried to sneak up the inside of Matsumoto too. We managed to do that and move ourselves up into 8th place. Then we lunged up the inside of Carlos Munoz to take 7th place, and again we were making some good progress on the penultimate lap of the race. Almost an identical thing though happened as to what happened there with Claire Fox with Frederick Christensen, and we made a pretty clean move there on Zielinski as he made a mistake there through Paddock Hill Bend, and we then managed to pass or catch even Dagaru, and Russo managed to get around the outside of Russo first at Druids in her Oakley car, and then a pretty simple move there on Andrei Dagaru, the Romanian, to claim 3rd and another podium here in our first season of Formula C. Just to reiterate, of course, if we win this, if we win Formula C, we move on to Formula B for next season. Pau Jimenez won the race though from Owen Cook, ourselves, Dagaru and Zielinski in 5th, and this is how it affects the championship there, with Leo Turner winning from ourselves, Pau Jimenez and Lars de Jong. But nevertheless, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Ultimate Driver, the first episode of this series. It's going to be an interesting one, a crossover as well, if we can get to Formula 1 as well, after Formula C and Formula B. But nevertheless, I hope you've had a brilliant day. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Comment about enjoying it if you enjoyed it that much. Again, I hope you had a brilliant day. Enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Pick apart the pieces you left, and don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Try and give yourself some rest, and let me worry about it. Let me worry about it.